we start with one person. That one person gets like 300 emails. That's how I started We Are Change. I started We Are Change. We Are Change started by me collecting emails. So
we felt extremely reluctant to discuss the current situation with We Are Change. We didn't want to be the bad guys. We didn't want to try to take a group down. We didn't want to do that. We didn't want to have to expose a fellow truther. But our hands were forced. We were kicked out for wanting the truth.
All right, first of all, you say I kicked, all these groups out because they ask questions, and I kicked you out because you asked questions. Louis B., I know who this is. I know the caller. I told you to step down as a leader of We Are Change Latino because you and Pat went after the Feel Good Foundation. You started writing Congressman Peter King, who was working with the Feel Good Foundation. You were saying that the Feel Good Foundation, a first responder organization, was stealing. You wrote letters to Peter King saying you were a part of We Are Change, and that We Are Change says that the Feel Good Foundation is stealing. Then I had John Field contact me and say, Luke, why is your group going to a congressman that I work with and say that I'm stealing money and embezzling money?
Now, let me clarify a couple of things.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I did write a letter to John Field because I wanted to see if his tax return reflected Luke's donation, quote unquote.
When you go to We Are Change's site, and it's wearechange.org, and it shows donate, shows the PayPal button, it's not to a corporation per se, and it is incorporated. We Are Change, Inc. It goes into his personal account, okay?
Okay, but John Field didn't want to give them to me. So I had to write Peter King to get John Field's tax return. I didn't say anything about this drug or none of that
Like
shit.
myself, when we make a donation to a corporation, this is an incorporated thing. We Are Change, Inc., okay?
And I'm going to give you the corporate documents from the Department of State of New York State to prove to you that We Are Change is indeed a for-profit company with stocks and everything. Okay, folks?
When we make a donation to something like that, we expect our money to go to audiovisual equipment. We expect our money to go to travel expenses. We expect our money to go to anything but a personal kitty fund for some guy.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm sorry for getting a little upset. But
No. I agree with you 100%.
I made $300 in donations, and I wasn't even allowed to ask where my money went to.
Exactly.
Sabrina Rivera gave Pat, your friend, the financials of We Are Change to prove that we were not stealing. She gave you those documents in her own words to show you. This is the financial report, Louis B.
Yeah, there you go. Please look at those documents. They are very damning. On the top, you have the bank statements, and on the bottom, you have the tabulations of the chip-ins, and you'll see on the bottom, it'll say $21,000 on one, $3,000, $2,000 on the bank statement.
But Louis even confronted Luke on the street, and Luke wouldn't answer anything. He just started shoving food in his mouth. He confronted him right down there at right in Lower Manhattan.
Between the years 2007 and 2008, he has been withdrawing cash. And I'm not just talking about $20 here. I'm talking about thousands of dollars. I'm not even talking about $2,000. It's like, well, in some cases, yeah, $2,000 in cash. There's this one instance of $13,000 in cash. What are you doing with $13,000 in cash and not accounting for it? And not accounting for it.
And let's talk about this college payment. I get financial aid. Sometimes this financial aid comes in late, which means I have to use my money on my account to pay for the college. And that's exactly what I did. Later, a check comes in that says financial aid. I cash that check, and I use it for We Are Change money. So the whole thing of me using We Are Change money to pay for my college is utter nonsense and lies. I get financial aid Now, that was a mistake. I should have never mixed in my money with We Are Change money. Now, that was a mistake. I should have never mixed in my money with We Are Change money. Now, that was a mistake. I should have never.
Why did he want to control the money? Why was he so secretive with the money? I tell you why. Because he was having a blast with it. He was partying like a rock star, partying like a rock star.
All right, now, if you look at the statements on one of them, it says the Limerick House. That's a bar in New York City.
Exactly.
Why would he be at the Limerick House spending $130 at the bar with We Are Change funds? And you know what the irony of it all is? Every time we brought it up, we were just pushed aside like, well, COINTELPRO, COINTELPRO, COINTELPRO. Well, Luke, you're COINTELPRO, okay? All the way, okay, motherfucker?
Exactly. And I emphasize my partner's statement with the motherfucker. Yes, motherfucker, swear to you. We try to do this in-house. It was like, oh, why you gotta put it out there? How come you didn't try to handle it within in-house? They didn't want to handle it in-house. The rest of the group was like, you're trying to cause a division. Don't rock the boat. So afraid, thinking that if We Are Change fell, that would be the end of the 9/11 Truth Movement. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to cleanse the 9/11 Truth Movement because, as some of you may know, they are fake patriots out there trying to make a buck, which in and itself is not wrong. But when you start trying to do it through chicanery, through lies, through just fraud, straight fraud, then you are in the wrong. Really think about it. Really think about it right now. Oh, well, Luke's woken up a lot of people. Really? Really? Alex Jones actually woke me up, and you know what? Even though he's a scumbag, even though I figured out he's a scumbag, and you outgrow him and you start doing your own research, he's the reason why I started in 9/11 Truth, not Luke Rudowski. And look, what's happening here in New York? Who's arrested for 9/11? Have we stopped the New World Order agenda? No, we haven't. We're still at square one. I'm sorry to make it sound like that. But that is the reality of the situation. And now we have charlatans. We have snake oil salesmen to try to freaking mislead and defraud good people, good honest people that want to help other people, that want to see this movement grow. And people say, well, is this causing infighting? No, it's not causing infighting. You're cutting away the cancer. You're cutting away the cancer before it grows, before other people think, oh, well, if Luke's doing that, he's getting away with it. Oh, let's just do it. No.